How's it, everybody, and a warm welcome to the Web3 show. I'm your host, Philip Kalinko, joined by my co-host, Kate Bergman, and together we bring you Freestyle Friday, a reminder that nothing we say is financial advice. We are not financial advisors. If you haven't already noticed, the Web3 space is incredibly risky, and you should always do your own research. And today we're going to talk about Pepe coin.
Sorry.
We're going to talk about we're going to talk about Pudgy Penguins. We're going to talk about RTFKT. We're going to talk about Adidas. We're going to talk about Goblintown. We're going to talk about Blend by Blur. We're going to talk about Sotheby's and much, much more.
Let's fucking go.
Kate, what the hell were you showing us, brother?
So I just literally right before I got onto the call or onto the StreamYard with you, I did a brutally honest review of this new energy drink I found in a gas station. And if you're on YouTube, look at this beautiful limited edition, by the way, artwork. I look at everything like NFTs now. I'm looking at it, I'm like, damn, limited edition, beautiful Naruto anime artwork, even though I don't really watch anime. And it's called Sage Fuel or something like that. And I tried it, and it's phenomenal. This is probably the best energy drink I've had in months, to be honest. Like,
have you tried Prime?
Huh?
Have you tried Prime?
Yeah, I've only tried one flavor of Prime Energy, and I didn't really like the blue as much as I thought I would, and it really turned me off. So I haven't gotten back to it, but I will, because I do fuck with Prime Energy or Prime Hydration. I just haven't really tried it.
It's just interesting. It's very interesting the way they marketed it, mainly through influencers, YouTubers. I mean, it's incredible. It's gone mad here in South Africa.
It's a great product. Like, their hydration is really good. So
yeah, but they were charging an absolute fortune for it, and it's really all hype. But a really good lesson on marketing. I think it's really great.
Yeah. Also, sorry, I'm gonna put this on TikTok so people know I'm live.
I tried to do that retweet. I think it kicked me out as the co-host because I joined Twitter there. Just check if I'm a co-host. It's weird because when I clicked on yours, it took me in as a listener. So I did do it earlier. But let's jump into it. If you aren't already, please follow the Web3 show, my show on YouTube. If you aren't already, please follow the Droid Kingdom Cage show on YouTube. And market update. Okay, market update, just the general market before we get into specific NFTs. If we have a look, the stock market today was absolute banger. We saw about a 2% increase in the NASDAQ, S&P 500. Week on week, it's actually pretty much where it was last week this time, but there was a pullback on Thursday after Jerome Powell raised 25 basis points. It was largely expected, but his comments afterwards were quite hawkish. And, not really that dovish, although he did mention that they may be getting close to where, they knew they can stop. But overall, his comments were quite hawkish. The market didn't respond as volatile. Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know if there's a word that
as violently is probably the better word, but volatile. Damn. I don't know. That's a doozy.
As volatility as we would have expected, and as we've seen in the past. It typically, stayed where it was, sort of went down, sort of went up, ended the day about half a point down. But there has been a recovery today. Week on week, we are pretty much where we were. Apple up 5% today. Nvidia up 5% today, well, now 4%. So tech really looking good. Healthcare on average up 0.5%. Finance even, which is really risky at the moment with all the banks going under, looking really good. JP Morgan up 2%, got Berkshire Hathaway 1.3%. But all green on the banking, but banking's really been hit quite hard. So there's just a slight recovery over there. Healthcare looks like it's looking good. Consumer durables, including Tesla, up 5% today. Energy up 3% to 2.9%. So really great day today on the markets. If we have a look at crypto, we're looking at Bitcoin. Even though it still feels like pretty, I don't know, everyone seems a bit down on it. It's looking pretty good. I mean, 29,475. Yes, it hit 31,000 about a week and a bit ago, but it's been holding strong. I mean, this is a good price for Bitcoin. Ethereum, 1,984. Last week, it was 1,850, and I said it looked appetizing. I got a little bit of backlash for that. But yeah, if you had done that and sold now, you had done pretty well. We got Solana sitting at $23. If we have a look here at the general Ethereum tokens, we've got Ape at $3.70. So it's pulled back a bit. We've got, what else we got here? Sand at 50 cents. So generally speaking, we're seeing that the crypto is holding very steady. My favorite chart, like my bubbles, my new favorite chart. This is the daily chart.
Bro,
so the last
Pepe.
24 hours, Pepe coin has doubled in the last 24 hours. It is now over $1 billion market capital, which is absolutely crazy. And if you think that's crazy, if you go to the week, it is up 1,100% on the week. So if on the show last week you had put $1,000 into Pepe coin, you would now have 10,000 or 100,000, Cade?
What's the math? I can pull up my calculator.
Well, $100 up 1,000. So I think you would have.
It's 100,000.
$100,000 if you put. Gee whiz, if you put $1,000 in.
That's so
crazy. Who would have thought it would have kept going up? I mean, it's just almost impossible to judge this stuff. But you can look here, the last 24 hours, it's had $2 billion in volume. Market cap sitting at 1.3 billion. It's currently ranked the number 42 coin. I mean, it's definitely a meme coin. There's no doubt. Top was
chart on a bigger one.
So yeah.
Want to zoom in on the chart?
I can try zoom in more here. Let's have a look.
Or maybe type it out on like. Oh, there we go. Wow.
We can do it, and I can also maybe even make it bigger. But you can see the top was about. I'll leave the zeros out, but lots of zeros and then 4, and now we're sitting at lots of zeros and then 3. So it's down about 20% from its absolute high.
Off there, right there, though.
But this is just a week, bro.
Yeah, no, that's some crazy shit.
I mean, if you look at the day, that's today alone. So yeah, man, this coin's gone mad. I think it's definitely interesting, and I think it's good for the market. In the end of the day, let people make money. It's always great. Let people have a good experience with crypto. I mean, in the end of the day, we're not major crypto traders, but crypto traders are pretty much like NFT traders in the way that we're all just gamblers. I mean, let's call a spade a spade. And if you've got, there's 100,000 holders, individual holders of Pepe. And so you're saying like almost all of them have made money. There's very few. I mean, unless you bought that 1 hour of the top. So let's say 90,000 people have made money in the last week, a lot of money. And they're going to put that money, give some of it back to the house for sure. They're going to put that money into other coins. People are speculating what is the next one that's going to be this. It's just incredibly, I don't know, interesting to watch for me because, there's these shit coins come up all the time. Obviously, Pepe is always a meme. And, it was always going to have a bit of traction. But no one could have anticipated this sort of volume. It's absolutely insane.
Because this almost feels like a small scaled down version. Well, I don't even know if it's scaled down, but like of Moonbirds. When every single time I looked at it, I was like, "This is the top," and then I was like, "All right, this has got to be the top," and then I'm like, "All right, this is definitely got to be the top," and then I'm like, "All right, never mind. I don't know what I'm talking about anymore."
Yeah, man. It's like, I mean, just a bit of background. So it launched in mid-April. There was a 420 trillion supply. Obviously 420 because of the meme, the best time to smoke weed, apparently, allegedly. And then it became the face of crypto. I mean, it is the biggest meme coin of 2023 by far. With obviously, no Shibu, we know Doge, but yeah, I mean, this has just taken us by storm. And I think, so many people were sitting on the sidelines and thinking to themselves, this is so boring. And just waiting for something to just, even if they thought it was going to zero, just to feel alive again. And a lot of people put $100, $200, $300 in this. And again, if you had done that, you would have been sitting on a small fortune at the moment. So yeah, I mean, I don't think there's many people that would have said this was going past a $1 billion valuation. They clearly say that there's absolutely no utility to this whatsoever. Also, that the team minted 7% or 8% themselves, and there's a whole, they say it all out there that there's nothing to this at all. You'll get nothing in return, and here we're sitting with a $1.3 billion valuation currently.
Dude, it's fucking nonsense too, because like within that little world of Pepe, there's been some true degeneracy we've seen, and people really think that we'll just never have that kind of stuff again. They're like, nope, because of this bear market, we'll never see crazy crypto prices and stuff like that. I'm like, y'all are dumb, bro. The second people smell blood in the streets, they go hard. Like, they don't give a fuck, dude. The second the sentiment flips bullish, we turn into savages. And like, I don't know what to tell people. Like, when that energy's back for real, it's gonna be crazy, bro. That's why we're still out here streaming. Just because it's gonna come back at some point. That's pretty fucking crazy though, hearing that Pepe story in the middle of this kind of market for no reason. We had NFTs take off a little bit for a few weeks there. Like I don't even know exactly when that was, probably over a month ago. And then they dropped off, and everyone's like, well, I guess we're gonna be bored for a little while. And then Pepe just came out of fucking nowhere, bro. It's like crypto is like that. It's like every single time we think we're gonna take a massive L, something comes out of the woods and saves us, bro.
For sure. So, I mean, the interesting thing is it's got a lot of traction now. Binance has listed it. CZ also went on and said when they listed it that meme coins are high risk. So, sort of a disclaimer there, and that you can expect a lot of volatility. And as it was listed, he has his tweet over here. Meme coins and all crypto are high risk. Remember, no one is forcing you to buy them. Do your own research and be responsible. They've also got Flocky over here, which was listed and also up on the week. So I don't really know much about Flocky, but there's another one. So yeah, man, I mean, in the end of the day, Crypto.com has also launched it with futures. So yeah, came out of nowhere and is absolutely flying. Obviously, this show is never financial advice, like we said in the beginning. I wouldn't touch any of this with a 10-foot pole. I wish I had. And maybe it goes another 10x from here. Who freaking knows? But it's risky.
That was tough. At this point, though, like we really are over $1 billion market cap. Now it's for people who. The only reason I want to even talk about this is because at least I have experience with some meme coin shit trading. Not that I'm an expert at it, but I did secure a 7x on Top G coin, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I did trade some shit coins. I have made some money. I did lose all that money immediately after because I bought into NPC coin thinking I could trade that one, and I got fucked entirely. But I also made a big rack of money on Dogecoin in 2021. And the thing was, which is interesting, is when I had bought it was at like 0.0000 whatever a cent. And then obviously it had gotten to like 7 cents. And that's when I realized I had a bag of it. And then it rode up all the way. But people were like buying at 20, 30, 40, 50 cents. And I'm like, all right, y'all know that like the chances of it doubling from here are very like low. So you're buying it at the ultra highest risk price. The market cap's already exploded. You can't put in $10 and pull out 100,000 like you could 6 months ago if you had bought. And I think people are buying Pepe right now thinking that they're going to ride up 100 to 100K. And I'm like, look, no. You missed that boat a little while ago. I mean, it's possible, but like almost not at all. At this point, to buy at this point in the chart with over $1 billion market cap, that's like buying Dogecoin at 60 cents kind of thing and being like, it's going to $1. And I'm like, okay, well, that's only like a 40% increase then.
Yeah. I mean, what is Dogecoin now? Like 3 to 5 cents. Is that right?
Let me check. Dude, when I got this new computer, my computer got so much. I didn't realize how slow my computer was until I got a new one. And I was like, oh, damn. It was not supposed to be that slow this whole time. So Dogecoin's sitting at
new computer's
almost 8 cents.
Yeah. Okay, so you did well. You sold it a good time.
Yeah, well, I got
all right.
Selling a 7 all the way up to 70 cents. I think I sold every like 25 cents or so that it went up.
You did well. There was that famous story, I don't know if it was Dogecoin, of that guy who if he had sold even near the top, he would have like, I don't know, hundreds of millions, and he refused to sell. Do you know that story? And is it Dogecoin?
It is Dogecoin, and I forget if it's 3 million, 30 million, or 300 million, but he basically had bought a bunch. Like he had put like his life savings in, and then it had.
But it wasn't a lot. It was like $1,000 or $2,000, but at the very bottom. I think.
Oh,
And
I
then
don't know. There was a story.
it got to the point where it was worth $3 or $4 million, and he refused to sell.
I think
And
no.
he
I think
wrote
it's
it
the same
all the
guy
way
that,
down.
but he put in like 100K. He put like his life savings into it, and then that was just a good move for him. And I know that story, at least from that dude, he became
Bro,
like
you
a
gotta have
multimillionaire, but he never sold.
you you gotta have such balls. You either I don't know, you're either an idiot or you're clever. I have no idea. I have no idea. I really don't know.
He didn't even have money. It's a terrible idea.
To put all your life savings in a meme
And
coin.
then not sell. I'm like, bro, that's your life savings. Like the whole point was to make money. Like, what are you doing? You're up like 50x. Pull out your fucking money.
Winners know when to quit. That's what they say. Hey. All right, let's have a look. What's trending at the moment? So if we have a look at the last 24-hour volume, Blur 19 million divided by 3, you're looking at 8 million. OpenSea 2.7 million, which is very low.
Wow.
X2, Y2 a million. They're holding quite nicely. Immutable X 800,000. Cryptopunks alone 500,000. And then various others. If you add that together, Blur adjusted accordingly, you're looking at about 12, 13 million. Definitely, we are continuing to see a major decline at the moment in NFT volume in general. And that's not stopping at this point of time. There is that decline that's continuing. If we have a look the last week, the biggest sales, we had a gold Bored Ape Yacht Club that sold for $626,000 or 345 ETH. We had another deed, a very rare one, that sold for 76 Ethereum, which is $140,000. We had a CryptoPunk, a cowboy CryptoPunk, selling for $140,000. And 6 and 7 place other CryptoPunks both selling for about 130K. So that is your big market sales in the last week. If we have a look at the collections that are trending, this is the last 7 days. So from our last show, looking very similar. There's really nothing new here. We're not the days of seeing a new collection in these top trending collections. I haven't seen that for so long. I've seen a lot of myths just not doing well. I haven't seen any that have actually gotten past 50 or 60 minutes. I mean, there's really not much happening. So number one, Azuki, holding very nicely, 15 Ethereum. Number two, Mutants, 10.6. They were 11 last week, so still holding quite nicely. Bored Ape Yacht Club, 48.5 ETH. They were 50 last week. But remember also that Ethereum was about 10% less than it is now, so pretty much unchanged. Cryptopunks just under 50 ETH. Milady's continues to rise despite them being facets. Hey?
Do you know anything about this Milady project? It's just out here at an unbelievably disrespectful floor price, and I don't know anything about it.
And no, it's been around for a while. They've got a community that will murder your family if you talk bad about them. But apparently, I told you last week, apparently they're fascists, like they were against religions and against cultures and against everything. I don't know. There was proper stuff like, I don't know, I don't know, bro. I don't know.
What?
I have no idea. I've got no idea. Something bad. And yeah, I told you last week, I'm not scared. They're welcome to come, the Miladies. But they were at, they were at like 0.05 when all the FUD happened a year ago.
Holy shit! They're at a 3.8 floor. But why, bro? What the hell is this art?
I've got no idea. Forget the art. The art's really hopeless. I mean, they've just been trending up. Just in the last month, they've gone from 1.7 Ethereum to 3.8. So they've 2x'd in the last month alone.
Why? What is up with these guys?
I don't know, bro. I just don't want to look. I don't want to look into it because I know that there was a whole lot of stuff that happened, bro.
What do you mean?
It's a 2-year-old. It's a 2-year-old collection. I don't want to cover it because these guys are like rapists and murderers and stuff. I don't know what they are, but they're something bad.
Well, I mean, I'm on their Etherscan right now. There's one holder that's got like 800 of them, so like 8.5% of the whole collection. But I'm gonna assume they're a whale during the time when they were buying like 0.05 ETH or something like that. And then below that, there's one person with like 2.5%, and everyone else is small whales, like 1%. So it doesn't look like it's anything crazy other than that one wallet, which also could be like it's probably a founder's wallet. If you said that they minted like how much, like 5%.
I don't know. I don't know how much they minted. No, the 7% was the meme coin with
Oh,
Pepe. They said they minted, not Milady. I don't know. Listen, you welcome to dig into Milady's. I'll watch your review. I'm not prepared to do it. I know that there was something that had a lot of validity and was absolutely terrible, and I don't support them.
bro, they
D
had
gods.
1,200 sales in the last 7 days. That's crazy.
Yeah, no, something's going on. Even last week, they went from 1 ETH to 2 ETH. Now they're 2 to 4.
That's
I mean, I don't know what's going on, but as I say, I don't want to look into it. DGods 8.3 holding very steady, very nicely. Then we got the captains 7 Ethereum, Doodles 2.55, Pudgies have increased a little bit 4.1. We're going to actually talk about them a little bit tonight. Moonbirds 2.4 continue to slowly bleed as the rug gets closer to the end of the 2 years that they will stop delivering value. So we see the floor price slowly bleeding. We've got Beans sitting at 1.3, your cheapest entry into the Azuki ecosystem that is doing incredibly well currently. Clone X has had a recovery to 3 Ethereum. We're going to talk about that slightly, tell you why that's happening. We got Meebit still sitting at 2.3. We've got Other Deed slightly down at 1.18. Kennel Club sitting at 4.5 ETH, and that's your top 15. And that sums up the what's trending.
Wow. Sounds good to me.
Yeah. Maybe make a note, Kate. Feel free to look into that Milady's thing. There was a real legit like stuff that came out. And yeah, don't know. Can't remember what it was, but yeah.
I probably
All
won't,
right.
to be honest, unless there's like a big flow of people who want it. But
There's 1,200 people that bought it in the last week.
that's
So
okay. That's true. That is true.
There's quite a big flow. All right, let's jump into the news. We got you know what I like about this week's news? A lot of it is NFT related. There's very, very little crypto except for that Pepe coin, which we covered. So, I mean, even though there's nothing happening in the market, there's still lacquer news to cover. Lacquer in South Africa means really nice news. So let's get straight into it. All right, so the first thing I wanted to chat about here is Only One Force have announced a partnership here with Horizon Lab Ventures. Now, for those of you that don't know, so first of all, Only One Force is an old OG collection, about 2 years old, went crazy in the bull market, then pulled back really badly, and have now been announcing some really interesting partnerships and ventures that makes it look like long-term, as a long-term play. If you investing in NFTs for the next 5 years, that this could be a good call. Obviously not financial advice. So Horizon Lab Ventures only got 1,700 followers on Twitter, but the guy who founded Horizon Lab Ventures is the previous CTO of Binance. Okay, so there's a lot of there's a lot of speculation out there that there will be some sort of token. They also are trying to get registered outside of the US, which is another pointer that they might launch a token. I'm talking long term, and again, not financial advice. Also, want to make it very clear that everything we talk about is not paid for. If it was a paid for review, I would tell you, and it would say sponsored content on the top. So this has got no one has approached me to talk about this. I'm just bringing it to your attention. So it's under the radar, and the announcement that they've partnered together didn't get any change to the floor price, but this is their Medium article on their announcement. It comes out of San Francisco, so still in America. They're happy to announce that there's a partnership with Horizon Labs. It highlights Only One Force dedication to progress and intention to deliver to its community a world-class experience. HLV clients and partners. So the clients of Horizon Labs and partners include Yuga Labs, ApeCoin, so they were the company that helped them launch ApeCoin, the Sandbox, Jam City, Dust Protocol, so that's obviously DGods and Utes, Animoca Brands and others. So they really are very big. And this exciting partnership aims to combine HLV's experience advising some of the most successful Web3 companies with Only One Force's strength in its IP creation, together to develop a story-based solution that caters to the evolving demands of the digital landscape of both Web 2 and Web 3. Only One Force is eager to collaborate with them to explore new opportunities and drive growth. Our commitment to excellence has attracted the support of the respective industry figures. This alliance with HLV helps us reinforce our position in the market, and we look forward to building on the momentum generated by this announcement. So that's what came out. You're welcome to read it further. I'll put the Medium article or the Twitter post in the description of the video afterwards. But just having a look at the collection, I mean, this was one of the first sort of Asian profile picture ones that came out well before the days of Azuki. And if you have a look here, it hasn't really changed the floor price, which is quite interesting.
Why? Why do you think that'd be interesting? I wouldn't think that would pump the floor.
It's a massive partnership. It's a strategic partnership with the company that's launched tokens for ApeCoin, DGuards, and whatever. If this was a bull market, the floor would 5x, bro.
Yeah,
we've actually seen it go down
right now. That's not. Yeah, but that kind of announcement isn't gonna like do anything for their floor. I don't think so. That's probably why it didn't pump up their floor. Because like that partnership's fine, but in my experience, like, I remember when Cool Man's Universe dropped and they partnered up with this company to help them put out their show like on TV or like on a streaming station or whatever. They thought it was going to be a great announcement and crashed in the floor 50% because the account didn't have a lot of followers and no one really like saw a price increase in the future because of it. And so it didn't end up doing anything because it seems like they're just an advising company. It looked like it said they're just an advising company for that initiative. So
what it basically, in my mind, means is that only one force is exploring the launch of a token, right?
Yeah,
that's basically what it means.
But it's just like no one wants tokens.
But with a very capable partner.
It's just random, sort of like out of the blue.
I disagree. I think if we were in a bull market, this would have pumped the floor. I mean, you are seeing, if you look here, before the announcement, there was 5 sales, 9 sales, 11 sales, 10 sales, 8 sales. So say on average 8 sales a day. Then the day of the announcement, there were 23 sales. So I mean, that's a 3x on sales. Today's not finished yet, and there's already 12 sales. I don't know, bro. I was surprised. I would have thought it would have had an immediate. It used to be in the olden day, anyone would announce any strategic partnership with a notable company, and it would have a markable impact on the floor. Obviously, we're in a bear market, but yeah, I mean, it's one I'm actually looking at for myself long term. Maybe not the second because the announcement's just come out, but I mean, if these drop to 0.3 somewhere around there, I would pick a couple up and hold it and see what happens. Because the second they announce what they're really doing in 6 months to a year or whatever it may be, there will be a pump. A little bit. You could easily 2x if you hold it for a little bit.
Yeah, I would say 0.3.
Not financial advice.
Yeah, 0.3 is probably
good. Saying if you could get in at that entry, you'd do well. But yeah, just an interesting one. Important to stay on top of what's happening. Also, if you jump onto their website, it tells you a bit more about them. But yeah, I mean, that was really the story there. It was that partnership over there. Then we got Pudgy Penguins, who have been doing incredibly well. And if we have a look here, they've launched their sort of map showing little hints. So I wanted to look at it with you, Cade, and see if we can find anything exciting here. This did pump the floor a little bit, slightly. I'm going to make it bigger for us. Hold on.
Remember Goblintown when we picked apart their fucking
roadmap? I do remember. Let's see here. All right, cool. There we're pretty small, so everyone can see. So the first thing I see here is the clock. Okay. Yep. So something's happening in 1 day, 23 hours, 31 minutes, because this is a countdown clock. Okay.
Well, if it's not floor pumping, everyone's gonna be mad.
Well, we're going to look at what's happening on the floor, but something's definitely happening because when they launched about 3 days ago, and this had a timer saying 4 days or 5 days or whatever.
That's real.
So something's going to happen in that amount of time. So we got that. And I don't know, bro. We're going to look together. But if you look at this pin board over here, the top left corner, or maybe your top right, it depends. They've got a little Pudgy playbook and then big Pudgy playbook. They've got the fishing rods, which we already saw launched quite a while ago. Definitely the big picture looks like some sort of land play. Don't know. But we do know that they did migrate over and, this game was launched. So I don't know if there's anything there. Do you think there's anything there?
I think the land has more to do maybe with the rods, because the rods right next to it, a photo of the rods. And so, because at first I was like, maybe it's the different chains coming together, but then I was like, no, it doesn't really make any sense. I have no idea.
Yeah,
But
I think it's maybe how they married the little Pudgies to the big Pudgies, integrating the rods. Because remember, Luca took over, the rods were sort of weird, and he had to figure out how to make them cool. Could be that. Don't know. Then we got paintbrushes. Not much going on there. A dustbin. I did try and look. There's nothing I can see in the dustbin. I mean, there is stuff in the dustbin, but there's nothing you can actually see. And we got a radio with a blurred out something over here. So that's obviously something that we won't be able to guess. Got an ID card here for what looks like a bear, which is interesting. Doesn't look like a Pudgy. It looks
there's
like
a bear
almost
on
like
the
a
books too, and below.
yeah. So it's
Mating?
weird. We do yeah, tell me.
Is it mating season? You think, or something like that? Penguins and bears?
Hibernation?
The fuck?
I don't know, bro. I got no idea. Also, this Pudgy's looks like he's about to be cut open.
Well, I
He's
think
got like
maybe
a
that's
dotted.
a stuffed animal.
Okay, I don't
Like a
know.
little
We stuff our animals at the back.
Well, I know.
But
Oh, well, that's true. Actually, yeah, I don't know.
I don't really know. But yeah, definitely something happening with the bear. Hey,
Does that have to do with traits? You think maybe?
I don't know.
There's a bunch of spots where the traits are like hanging up. Like you can see, like the robe, the hat right there is chilling.
The hats are the hat with the stars are already out. I mean, that trait is there. Don't know the bear. Maybe you'll be able to change your penguin into a bear. I really don't know. Again, he has your Pudgy without any feet and also able to be cut. No hands. So not really sure what's going on.
Yeah, that one's tough, bro. I have no clue. I have no clue.
Then there's a horse.
Sage. I wonder if like Winter Bear is pumped because like Winter Bears and Pudgy look low key sort of alike, but I know Winter Bear's kind of rugged. But then
they did rug it.
But then I was gonna say maybe Luca bought them or something. Like maybe that's the alpha.
Oh, we can check it, but I doubt.
Can you imagine, bro? That project would literally go to like 1 ETH if people found out that Luca bought it.
Check, here's the trait. The bear hat's already out there. There's nothing new happening there. And I know you've also got that magic hat that they were looking at, so there's nothing new happening there. Let's have a look here.
Bro, I'm telling you, maybe we should buy a Pudgy or not a Pudgy, a Winter Bear. Like that's
those I've got a whole lot of them. They dead.
Well, I know they're dead, but like why would there be a bear in the Pudgy? Like, I can't think of a single reason of a bear being in the Pudgy Penguin roadmap other than maybe Luca Nets bought Winter Bears.
Okay, I'm gonna go look, but I don't think he would to buy a project that's 0.000 something. I mean, why does he want another? Let's have a look.
Dude, but why would you ever? Why would there be a bear? We've never had any allusion to a bear ever in a Pudgy Penguin post about anything, and then there's randomly 2 bears.
But it's not random because the bear trait's here already.
No, but dude, there's literally a bear. Like, go to the photo real quick.
Hold on, because maybe it means anyone with a bear trait, something's happening there.
I don't know, dude. The fact that there's
because this is the hat.
Wait, never mind. Okay, my bad. I didn't know that was a hat at the bottom. I thought that was a bear stuffed animal, like the penguin.
Yeah, no, it's the hat. It's the hat.
Winter Bears is not going anywhere, guys. My bad. I thought that was an actual one.
Well, now that you've said that, 4 people just bought it, so you owe 4 people.
I kind of fuck with these traits.
Well, look, there were 10. There were 10 sales on the 17th of April. The team must have bought. No, there's nothing happening here, bro.
Damn,
the last sale was
0.63.
But bro, it could be someone. Bro, listen, it could be someone that's in the team buying it from themselves just to make it look like it's pumping a bit. Because before that, there was no sale for 8 days, bro. Let's check this guy's wallet. You'll see he's probably only got freaking winter bears and some. One winter bear.
You were an idiot. You were crew.
Activity. What an absolute idiot. and what the hell? He bought this here.
What? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? Oh wow, he's spending way too much.
Paying 2x on the floor.
Damn.
Listen, this guy, whoever owned this winter bear, Must be counting his lucky stars that he got 0.6 for it.
Bro, that's a lesson for everyone. List your shit. If you don't want it, list it for a weird price and just see what happens, fam.
No, well, I think that's got a little bit of as that was a rarish one. But if you've got a rare, you should. I agree with you. You should have it. You should have it listed for sure.
Yeah. Dude, the
All right,
Uber
let's see
crew,
what we're going up.
I'm looking at the art on those Uber crew.
You see, everyone's buying winter bears because you go crazy, guys.
Fuck me. It's a 0.01 ETH bet. Imagine if I'm right.
Look, anything's possible, but I don't think you're right.
Also, you were right about Trump cards. I'm glad I didn't buy any. I'm glad Polygon fucked everything on that entire process. It took literally forever, and $50 later of gas fees. I just transferred my fucking money back to Ethereum. I was like, dude, I'm done with Polygon until they fix this bridge, until it's easier and faster, and I don't have to sit there and wait for 5 hours for my money to go through. It was ridiculous, dude. I'm like sitting there going like, why is this so difficult, you know?
Yeah, it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be. But yeah, I mean, the truth is, anytime you've asked me to look at a collection with you on the show and asked whether it's a good time to buy, and we just go through the same technicals. How many are listed? How many are being listed per hour? How many sales are there? And that you're able to tell whether it's going to go up or down. It's short term. And we've been right every single time. My power just went out. Welcome to South Africa. Let's just get this back on here.
Yeah, I've been looking at the Lazy Lions floor recently, even though I'm not really gonna buy anywhere. I think this project will, even though I fuck with them, I think because they're at 0.21, I think they can get to 0.1. I saw Invisible Friends 3D went to 0.1 or something like that, so I'm confident Lazy Lions will get there. But dude, I've been looking at Lazy Lions is one of the projects I've wanting to pick up in the bear market.
I think it's a good call for you, not financial advice for anyone else.
Yeah.
I do think it's a clever time to be scouting some collections that are under the radar, that have strong community, and Lazy Lions really does things like that. You know.
Here, I'm gonna send this in the private chat. The link. Click on that one. Isn't this one? I love the classic style where there's like just minimal traits. That one is so clean, bro. Like right now, if I was trying to spend too much money for no reason, like way above floor for no reason, I probably would buy that one. It's just so simple. I love that style.
The top button looks like you a bit. Gold necklace looks like me a bit. Yeah, I like them. I mean, I made good money on Lazy Lions. I really did. The background of our show is one of these bungalows.
Oh yeah.
I still own it. Hey,
I fuck with them a lot.
Yeah, I like what they did. They were doing so much that was innovative at the time. They also had their diamond pause, that if you didn't list your lion and you had it as your PFP on Twitter, and they had a way to verify, and one other thing, you would get some points that you could redeem for other stuff. They were really innovative. I haven't kept up with them, so I don't know what they have on the horizon. You know, have they got anything interesting coming out?
I would only buy them because the community and their OG.
Look, you could do worse. You know, I mean,
the fact that they're where they're at right now, still in this market, is impressive, bro. Because most projects have fallen off tremendously. Like what's like Dogepound's one that I put
these have fallen, Kate. I mean, they were 2 ETH and now 0.2.
But the 0.2 is still a pretty respectable price. Most projects that are in this range are sitting at 0.1, like half the price they're at right now.
What was the other one you wanted to look at?
Well, I was talking about like Dogepound, Subducks, like those projects around that.
Doge was amazing, man.
Yeah, Doge is at 0.12 ETH right now. I've still got the cleanest Doge in the whole collection.
Shit, I lost a lot of money on Dogepound. Oh my god.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Subducks is at 0.05 ETH.
Yeah, Frankie's just disappeared, bro.
Oh,
that's the problem.
Wow,
he's just disappeared.
Yeah, he's so OG, and I fucked with this brand a lot, so I ended up buying like literally the top, and I paid 1.5 ETH for mine. Even though I got one of the cleanest in the collection, it hurts to see the amount of. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm looking at the floor, and there's not any here that I'm particularly stoked to pick up. But the fact that when I was buying, we were sitting at like 0.7, 0.8 ETH still, and I thought we wouldn't get any lower. There's some cool ones right here, actually, on the floors. One that's pretty cool on the floor, at least.
Do you remember this project, Sneaky Vampire Syndicate?
Yes, I remember that project.
This pumped. I minted this, and this pumped to 2.5 Ethereum, and I sold the absolute top, and then I bought back in at 1.5.
Oh.
This was the artist of Bored Ape Yacht Club.
Yeah.
Did this, and it was so hyped. And then there were the ladies, the vampires that came out. I did really well on this collection.
That's fucking awesome, dude. I wonder what V Friends Series 2 is at.
It's not much. I mean, I saw the Series 1.
Wow.
Hold on, V Friends.
I wish I liked their art more, because I would definitely like to pick one up. I just don't have any desire to hold one of those.
You know, my problem with season 2, and I do want to have a V Friend. I wouldn't mind an OG. I do want to have some exposure to Gary V in some way, and I actually like the art, and I like how unique it is, and that everything's got a story. And my big problem is the collection supply. I mean, can you imagine this guy sold out a 55,000 collection at 0.3 Ethereum?
Yeah,
55,000 NFTs. I mean, it's just unbelievable to think about.
And I also was looking at VCon tickets. Potentially even for flipping, but then some people were like, you should go to VCon. VCon's May 18th to the 20th. Oh gosh, it's in Indianapolis, Indiana. It's a 2-day event, 2 or 3 day event. I'm just like, man, do I want to go? Like, I definitely want to go to Art Basel in Florida. I don't know how much I want to go to fucking the middle of nowhere, Indiana. I've been to Indiana, dude. There's like one cool spot in Indiana. It's a cool spot, but I don't know if I really want to. I don't know anyone out there either, bro. Like, I know some people going, but I don't know. Let me know if you guys are going to VCon. If you guys are interested in VCon. Also, if you guys are enjoying the show, if you're in Spaces or YouTube, wherever you're at, smash the likes, the retweets. The best way to support the show. If you hit that bottom right icon on Spaces, the little message icon, hit the retweet button, tag your friends. Let them know if you're with us on YouTube. Hit the like, hit the subscribe button. We'll be streaming on my channel too, starting next week. We just figured out that StreamYard allows it now. And I can't. I tried to, but I need like 24 hours in between when I submit that, and I can stream. So I just didn't have time.
Yeah, it's going to be cool. Next news story, we're talking about RTKFT or Artifact. So the reason they've had a little bit of a pump, and it's gone from about 2.2 ETH to 3 ETH. And we'll look at the sales in the last 2 or 3 days. But on the 3rd of May, so what's that, 2 days ago, we saw LeBron James sporting his Nike Air Force One Genesis sneakers. So that, I mean, look there, bro. First of all, the guy is massive. I mean, he's a big guy, so they must have custom made these for him. Obviously, I mean, it's not a new marketing strategy to gift celebrities products to get them to wear it or show them wearing it. They also gave him a Clone X NFT that I'll show you that was made specially for him. But here he is, and these aren't the rarest by any means. I think these are the demon, or the most common one. That everyone got the normal one. I don't know, but it's definitely not like Alien or one of the rare ones. But look how cool they look. I mean, I think it's really, really cool. I'm still watching them, eyeing an entry, but I'm running out of time because you can only claim up until the 8th. So I'm still watching them. But if you have a look here, they had a meeting. These are some of the guys from the RTKFT team. We've got Steven and I think Nakil there. So yeah, so the 2 guys there with LeBron. They gave him a free NFT. And yeah, I mean, look, he's definitely one of the most famous players that there is. And they tweeted this out. I'm pretty sure that he retweeted as well. And then I saw RTKFT said, while all your favorite NFT project founders are spending 18 hours a day retweeting on Twitter, we are out in the field making real moves, which was a dig at some other big guys. But that, you know me, I've been bullish on them for a long time. If we just jump onto looking at the sneaker price themselves, cheapest ones here are the Air Force Ones, the robots, 0.26. They were 0.22 about a week or 2 ago, so they're going up. So as I said, we're running out of time, bro. We're running out of time. So
dude,
I'm watching it closely.
To see LeBron rocking those shoes, I was like, what the fuck, dude? But that is the biggest benefit of linking up with something like Nike, dude. They just can do stuff like that. Like, you would not see LeBron rocking a cool cat shoe. You know, that's literally not going to happen. Oh, by the way,
Just
here. Sorry, keep on.
Well, you need to hear this because I was going to say, imagine how cool if you gave him a George Kingdom T-shirt and the next second he walks out with one.
That would be wild.
That would be overnight. Do you remember when Shaquille O'Neal bought a Creature World?
I do.
Oh my God.
That was fucking. I never thought I'd pick one up after that because I was like, well, they're never going to come back down.
I sold. When that news came out, I sold. That was another huge, brilliant trade of mine. There were a lot of the worst where I bought the absolute top. You said Subducks. I also bought the top of Subduck and lost a fortune there. But yeah, I mean, the Creature World was one of my good ones. What did you want to show me?
Well, first, this is my Creature. For anyone who's saying Creature World, I picked up a purple one. I fuck with my Creature a lot. Got really. I'm
gonna try and make it bigger. Cage, you gotta share your screen, man. There's a button. You can just share your screen.
Oh, I can share my screen?
Yeah, bro.
Where?
On StreamYard, there's a present thing.
Oh shit! I didn't realize present's such a strange word to use. Okay, hold on. Let me.
It used to be something else, and that's probably why.
Let me pull it up here. So while I'm pulling it up, I was also gonna show you guys these shoes I bought. Here, let me type my name in here, and then shoes. So I got these shoes. This is from Pudgy Project. It's like an art project that I fuck with them.
I do. They were very, very hard as well.
Yeah, they were. I've stayed in good contact with the team over there. I fuck with them. I fuck with the artist. I follow them like on Instagram, so I've been following their journey for a little while now.
What is their floor? Just out of interest.
2005 or something. Like they've also crashed just like everybody else. And then here, so before I show you that, here is the share my screen now.
So present and then share screen and then choose if you want your entire screen or whatever.
Yeah. Okay.
And it should come up on my side and then I will give you access. Hold on. Yeah, hold on. There we go.
All right. So this is my Creature. I picked him up off the floor. Got really lucky. I don't really see that many purple ones available ever. And I just really liked it. I thought it was interesting. So I picked this Creature World up thinking I would never get into the project. And stop screen. There we go. And I never thought I would get it. So I ended up picking one up and I was very happy about that. But anyways, these are the shoes. So Pudgy Project, just so the guy who started it, Brendan Murphy, started a company called Fast Sneaks. And they sent me a pair before their drop. And they're also going to have some kind of claim for like one of one as well at some point. I don't think these are one of ones, but they sent me the packaging. And this is like classic Pudgy artwork on the outside. So that's really fucking cool. And I just did an unboxing video. I posted on my Twitter as well and my YouTube. Check these shoes out, bro.
There's a bit of a reflection on them.
There we go.
Yeah.
Just super clean.
Yeah, unique, eh?
It's really nice stuff, dude.
Cade, you got to learn from me, my friend. You can't open the stuff. Let's say that this becomes, and there's a small chance, but let's just say now in 50 years, this is equivalent to Nike. Those shoes that you are holding there, if they didn't have your fingerprints all over them, would be worth $1 million.
These are just standard shoes in their collection that they're selling.
I know, but how many are they going to be when they're a tiny first? That's their first sneakers that they've done.
These are just, I think these are just going to be like buy it for like, they're just selling shoes. I don't think this is like a special NFT drop.
But this is one of, Kate, it's one of their first shoes from this brand, right?
Yeah. Well, yes, but it's not like this. I didn't just open up like a collectible. This is just one of the shoes that they'll be selling.
I understand it. But listen, if you're a new sneaker brand, let's just say, you're not going to go and manufacture 1 million pairs of sneakers. Your first manufacturing run is pretty small. Because you're a new brand, you don't have the funds, you don't know how you're going to sell. So it doesn't matter that it's not in brackets collectible. It will be collectible if they become a famous brand one day. Because compared to the 10 million Nikes of the latest Nikes that get made, there's probably 10,000 of these shoes that will ever exist. Just stop opening stuff.
How am I supposed to not open it? It's inside the box. I don't even know what it looks like.
Don't open it. I've got a whole thing next to me of unopened stuff.
You've got shoes that are in a box that you can't see that you would never open. How would you even?
No, I don't, because I don't have any collectible shoes. But I got other collectible stuff that is in boxes that I've never opened.
Well, so if that was the item I was getting, I would have done it. But when I was talking to Martin about
I understand.
do a video, and I was like, great. Because if it was a collectible, I also wouldn't touch it. I would keep it in the case, just like my Cool Man's Universe toy that I bought. That's still in the case, and I still have the UPS box that also came in. I was like, just in case.
Yeah.
But like shoes like
so
this,
my V friends behind me, I haven't opened. I haven't even opened the box because in the box are sealed packs. Never mind, I haven't opened the packs. I haven't opened the box. They're both still in their box behind me there.
How much can you sell that for right now? How much are they going for on secondary?
I don't think much, but I'm saying long term, if he does what he's trying to do, then I think it's going to do well, man. We got KD joining us. And that's how you get a comment shown. Say Full is the man. There we go. Thanks, my brother.
Bro, what about Cade? KD?
Cade is the man as well.
Let's fucking go.
Oh, yeah. Cade saw my shoe collection where we had to sneak downstairs.
Oh, yeah.
Because everyone's sleeping. And we saw the shoe collection. I mean, I don't know. Cade, I've shown you my Hot Wheel collection next to me, eh?
You have.
All right. I don't know if we've shown KD, and there's the problem with showing you now is that I don't have main lights because we load shedding. Still, remember last week we were also load shedding it, so I can't really show nicely. But I'll tell you what, KD, next week if there's no load shedding at that time, I'll show you what's next to me, and you won't believe what's around me at the moment.
All right. Let's do it.
All righty, Cade Bergman, are you ready, my friend?
I'm ready, bro.
All right. Oh, because you shared your screen.
Rip.
Okay. So Adidas making some moves as well. About time we spoke about the whole alts thing about 2 weeks ago. It's been made into its own video as well. And now they've got something called a golden ticket that's come out, guaranteed cop to any hype draw of your choice for the next year. So it's sort of like a membership, a special additional membership, almost like a black American Express credit card, for Adidas that you get guaranteed crops of any drop that you want. And they did it as a raffle. Here's the raffle information. But the point is more just the fact that they are trying to make moves and they're doing something that's unique, which is always nice because there's always been this beef between Adidas and Nike in NFTs and Web3, where they've accused Nike has publicly accused Adidas of just copying them. So now this is something I haven't seen before, definitely not from Nike. And here you've got it, all the details. You can just go onto their Twitter, but you'll see the raffle is happening today on the 5th of May, and then the winners will be airdropped on the 20th of May. And then from the 20th of May onwards, you can use it at any stage you want to crop any item that you want, or obviously you can trade it or buy sell it or whatever it may be. So just nice to see them doing something a little bit different, and they've launched a whole description on it, pretty much what I've just explained to you under their Indigo Hertz, which is what we spoke about last week. So definitely making moves. We've got their PFP coming out soon. They showed their new merch. That Kate and I both were sort of like, I got a couple of comments which were like, don't say I've seen it in real life and it's amazing. If that was the team or not, who knows? But they are Adidas.
In real life?
Yeah, someone said they
bro.
look
Who
sick.
said that?
I saw someone wearing it, bro.
They're not even out.
No, I saw someone wearing it in real life, bro.
Oh.
I think they did what Nike did. I know it's funny because we just spoke how they're not copying Nike anymore. So let's just catch everyone up. This is the shoe. Yeah, I'm not going to give my opinion again. I got a little bit of flack, but this was what we weren't sure about. The material of the hoodie. It's like that woolly material, which is actually, I think, very comfortable. But I would wear it at home. I don't know if I'd wear it out. But I'm sure, I don't know if it was on this YouTube. Twitter. But I did, see, guys are wearing it, bro. Guys are wearing it.
Oh, yeah, that
guys
looks
are
like shit.
What
here's the problem. When you pair that with neon, dude, like nothing goes with neon, bro.
Okay, that's hilarious.
I wore neon, by the way. This is coming from someone who wore neon like a lot. And I look back in that time and I'm like, what the fuck was I thinking? Dude, neon's not okay. It's not okay to wear neon anymore. It's just so it's such
Okay, but forget the neon. We're talking about the blue. I mean, this guy looks like $1 million over
there's
here.
almost no situation I could see that outfit working. Like literally, I can't like even at home,
There's
bro.
Farouk.
Even
Was
at
that
home,
Farouk?
huh?
Is that Farouk?
Oh, that is Farouk.
You know what I found interesting? I've seen Nike's partnering with quite a few um, people. Where did I see that he partnered with? I like the shoes that they got a board A from them.
Hmm?
I just want to pause it at the right place. No. I mean, that looks a bit better. Still not my style.
Yes.
I mean, I don't like this. I'm sorry. I really don't like it.
Yeah, it's
But
pretty.
at least they're trying to be different. Do you remember the neon freaking tracksuit they did before this?
Yes.
Yeah, this guy's wearing the beanie. I mean, it's also I don't know, but it's Adidas, bro. They know how to make clothes.
Yeah. I don't know, dude. I don't really fuck with any of their clothes. I don't like. I understand the idea of like a big company name, but I don't know, man. Like most of my, even before I started wearing my own clothes, I never really wore like Adidas and Nike. Like I feel like those mainstream brands became too mainstream to where they focused on quantity and just like general broad style versus like dialed in like I don't know, like I feel like the smaller companies that kind of blew up on social media tailor their stuff to people are at least my age, who are engaged with their stuff like in their like teens to 30s and 40s in the fitness industry mainly, and they really tailor their stuff for the people who are going to be wearing them. And so I started wearing like like I guess you would call them secondary companies, like smaller companies, and the quality is literally 20 times better, and it's about the same, maybe a little bit more expensive. But I pretty much stopped wearing clothes from decent. Like I don't think they're that good. Also, I'm on toywiz.com and I'm about to buy a Pudgy Penguin plush toy.
I think that's a good idea. I think that's a good way. You should also get a V friend. You should also get a V friend from Toys R Us, plush toy. I
Oh wait,
mean, because
on
the
their website?
investment. So we said we want something in the V Friends ecosystem. The investment in a pack of cards or in a toy is a lot less than in an NFT. And if he blows up, they will 10x, 20x, 50x. Yes, 50x of a 2 ETH NFT is more than 50x of a $2 pack of cards. But
Which one should I
still,
buy?
I mean,
These there's the classic gorilla, the blue gorilla one. That's a pretty iconic one.
okay,
Probably wouldn't
share
want
your screen.
that. Okay.
Come on. And you don't have to take it off. I'll remove it for you. So
Okay.
you don't have to do this every time. You can keep it on, and then I will, when you want to show something, I'll just click a button and then it will be there. Like now, it's coming.
Okay.
There we
So
go.
here's the Toys R Us. So there's options here. This one's sold on
How
VFriend.
much are they?
$25 for this one.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's a lot easier
I'm
entry.
very inclined to pick this one up. However, I do kind of fuck with this cow. So the cow's
That's
also what I'm
hilarious. I
looking
don't
at.
like the car. I
I'm
much
not
prefer
sure.
the blue guy.
Yeah, I prefer the blue guy too. So I'm gonna stick with that one. And then here's the Pudgy Pink. Here, the only reason I'm sketched out on this one is I've never heard of Toy Wiz, and this picture is so terrible that I'm not quite sure
Yeah.
if this is real.
And there's your bear hat to keep him warm.
Yes.
Cade, will you do me a favor, my man? Will you buy me one of those Friend toys and put it with my pile that you got there? Yeah,
These
that guy.
guys?
Yeah, $24. Will you buy them for me also? If you getting, will you? I want to have. I want to have one.
Yeah. Are you not
Just
able to
don't
buy?
open mine.
Can you not buy yours? From
No,
where you're
bro,
at?
not in South Africa. No, I'll
Damn.
have to get it on eBay or something and then ship it through.
Hmm.
And I'd rather just put it with what you're gonna send me in one parcel.
Oh,
Is
there's
there more than one available
showing
here?
it on Macy's. They're going for $18. Let's see.
Amazing. So
Let's see if I can get two. I guess I have to pick up one at a time because it's. Oh no, I would get two. Never mind.
you should be able to get two, and then you'll save on shipping as well.
Add another one. See if it lets me add two. There we go.
Cool. Let's do it, bro. Maybe we get a discount for buying two.
Let's see.
I like him.
Well, it's already on a discount. Like, and it's free shipping. Let's fucking go. Okay, so bet. All right,
Let's
so I'm not
go,
gonna do
bro.
it in case it pulls up my PayPal information. But
Well, I'll stop. No, I don't want one of those.
Okay. Yeah, I don't even know. This
40.
this is pre-order. So pre-order ships in July. So I won't even get this till later. I'm just scared to buy it here, so I don't know if this is real.
Nah, I would wait, see when it comes out. I'm sure it will go down.
Let me just
I'm gonna temporarily remove you from remove your screen, but keep it up there. And then anytime you want to show us anything,
so
you can do it.
Everything's guaranteed authentic on ToyWiz. There's a bunch of good positive reviews on like tons of different websites here. So it looks like
Awesome. So you're getting me that VFriends thing. Hey, I'll pay you.
Yeah. I'll send you the information after the stream.
Awesome. All right. Then we had our friends. Yeah, they're cool, bro. I like them.
You know what? That's a great. I'll buy a third one. I'll give one away one day.
We had our friends. Oh, I keep doing that when I share yours. We had our friends at Goblintown. So yeah, I mean Goblintown. Very briefly, they created the free mint meta. And really were the talk of the town when the bear market started, went all the way to 6 or 7 or 8 Ethereum. No one knew who the founders were. Everyone thought it might have been Beeple and all the rest. Anyway, like everything else, they've slowly been bleeding, and they had a hang of a lot of FUD in the last 2 to 3 weeks because they came out and changed the metadata to enforce royalties, and everyone was like, hold on, I thought the fact that I own an NFT, the whole point of owning an NFT is that no one can change it. And everyone sort of realized, yes, it can be changed. And they got a lot of that, right? So now what they've done, which I think is so cool, I want it to load, is they've created this revenge of the serious investor, okay? So you go to, and I will put it in the main video within the next 24 hours. I'll put it there just so you don't go to any wrong links, right? But it says Revenge of the Serious Investor, and then you enter here through the door. And basically, the more money you've lost on NFTs, the higher your score. And the top 1,000 people who have lost the most will be eligible to get a free something or something or something or something. So I just like how it's completely the opposite to what everyone else is doing. Let's just speed this up because it's going really slow. And then you have to apply for a job at Big Incorporated, which is the company that you apply to, and you have nothing left to lose. So you apply to Big Inc., right? And then it gives you a score, and you can see that the scoreboard over here. But they've also gotten rid of like guys who just like clearly like they rejected Pranksy and Machi Big Brother and Franklin is bored. They're really big people, but these are the people who are down the most. So Pranksy got 20 million points. So this is their points in Big Incorporated. So I don't really know what that equates to a dollar value of how much Pranksy has lost. But also remember, I'm sure Pranksy has many wallets, and she, because it's a girl, might have just submitted her worst wallet there. So it's hard to know. We've got Dingaling in second place as the worst, Machi Big Brother in third, and so on and so forth. And then it tells you, so anyone can apply, and it's still open. So it's worth doing it. You connect your wallet, you sign, and it tells you how they get the points. So first of all, the worst of the people who have applied, the ones who have lost the most are Moonbirds. People who bought Moonbirds have lost the most. All-time high 40 Ethereum, currently sitting at 2.5 ETH. Then you got Doodles, all-time high 25 Ethereum.
Are you
sitting at
sharing? Are you sharing your screen on the right page? By the way.
Yeah, okay. I'm showing you. If I
under my screen now. I was looking somewhere else.
It's quite small. Yeah, I mean, thank you for pointing out, but yeah, and then Clone X 87% down, and then it tells you here. Okay, I'll play the video, but I won't play the whole thing because I will be demonetized and I can't really have sound. Okay, we'll just have it playing and going there. But basically, like a normal corporation, and you can apply, and they want to know why you want a job at Big Incorporated. So do you have what it takes? Of course you do. We'll find a home for everyone where they can be used. If you don't have any skills, it's not a problem. As Will Durant said in the last analysis, civilization is based upon food supply. You're just all trying to make it professional when it's really like, a big joke and a big meme, which is cool. And then you can also see what you get. So that's one of the things you could get. I've always liked the truth artwork. I think they really are pretty cool. So yeah, man, just something different in the space. Nice to see. These guys have really been builders in the space for a long time. I'm not saying that this new collection is gonna 10x or anything like that. I just like seeing something that's completely different to anything we've seen before. It hasn't really affected the floor price very much. We'll just let it load. The floor price is 0.28 Ethereum. And if we have a look at the activity, we'll just see if anything else has changed. We've got a new person who's loading up Winter Bears because of Cade. Everyone can thank Cade for this.
Winter Bears, baby. Winter Bears. That's Goblintown would come in with like I guess we'll kind of expose the fact that most people are just like strategic trading and very much down, but also the fact that Machi's probably made a lot of money, but he's also probably just has specific wallets that like only sell like for tax harvesting, and so he can just claim huge losses kind of thing. And like you only need to like if he took a big fat L on like a Bored Ape flip or something and he lost a lot of money, he still kept like retained a lot of his money, but he's able to like rise up the list as like worst traders ever. Bad ones.
These guys were buying to hold. If you've got $20 million plus and you want to invest $100,000 in NFTs, you're not. I don't know that you're sitting there trying to buy and sell the high and the low. You believe in it, you're buying. I think guys are down a lot worse than people realize. I really do. I think the big traders, I mean, we've seen it. We've seen Franklin's down to 2 apes. He says he's in big financial problems. He said that he got screwed over in the online casino thing recently. I don't know, bro, whatever. But there's one, we've got Machi Big Brother saying he's no longer doing blur farming. He's losing too much. So, I mean, the biggest guys in the space that know what they're doing. And if you think like you and I make a bad trade and we lose 0.1, 0.2, you think guys like this make bad trades, they lose 1,000, 2,000 ETH in total. Not on one trade, but I'm saying, in total, if we're losing, 0.1, 0.2 in a bad month, they're losing 1,000, 2,000, it's a lot of money.
It is a lot of money. I think you're right. I think more people have lost than we thought. And
I think
they also have more money than we thought. Like the losses they're getting for a lot of people, they're just like, some people are fucked. Like I think Franklin might have actually fucked himself a little bit based on like what I've seen on Twitter. But I think some of these people who are just down bad just have unbelievable amounts of money. So they're like, whatever, Like I mean, I've technically lost more money in NFTs, but it's because I bought a bunch of NFTs that for relationship purposes or because I support them or whatever. But the goal was never to flip them. So it's just kind of like they're sitting there in my wallet. Like on paper, it's technically not a loss
but you still got them. And yeah, as I've said to you, I'm pretty much equal. And I 2 extra Bored Ape and I 10 extra mutants and I 5 extra lazy line and I whatever, and I'm pretty much equal. So a lot of that had to do with when I sold, ETH was way down. But whatever, it is what it is. Speaking about losing money, we have got Blur that's now launched Blend, where you can lend money from them in order to buy your CryptoPunk. So instead of having to pay 50 Ethereum for a CryptoPunk, you can pay 2 Ethereum for a CryptoPunk, and you can pay them later. Only pay them 2, and they'll only charge you 3% interest every single day. And if you can't pay, you will lose your 2 ETH as well as your CryptoPunk because they hold it the whole time. So yeah, I mean, look, this is definitely not something that I would get involved in unless you're a serious trader. And even so, I wouldn't touch any lending with a 10-foot pole, let alone lending on these terms. I really wouldn't. So this isn't like the farming of bids. I wouldn't get involved in this whatsoever. It is doomed to crash, in my opinion. But yeah, at least they're innovating. But yeah, this is crazy.
So you pay to ETH that goes to Blur or goes to the CryptoPunk holder?
No, so let's say you want to buy an Azuki, but you don't have 15 ETH. So you pay 2 ETH, and I would imagine, and I don't know for sure, I would imagine that Azuki goes into almost a custodial wallet, of which Blur has the right to transfer it. You don't have the right to, so you can't sell that because obviously you've only paid 2. And then you'll continue paying it off until you pay it off fully, at which time it will become yours. But there's an interest on it that you have to keep paying it back. And if you don't make your repayments on time, then that NFT plus the initial 2 ETH that you paid will be forfeited. It's not sustainable, bro. There's no way it's sustainable to the user. Unless the market goes straight up, then it's very sustainable, right? But what we did see is we saw Azuki absolutely pump because they only did a few collections. It was Cryptopunks, Azuki, and Milady's. So we saw those collections pump. It was almost like the days of when something would be featured on OpenSea's front page. You knew it was pumping. But Azuki went straight back down to 15 a few days later when people realized. But yeah, the other side of it is that if you've got a punk, you could borrow 40 ETH from them immediately. So you give it to their custody, and if you don't repay the loan on it, then they will take your punk. But you could get 40 ETH from your punk immediately, and instead of selling it, as long as you repay on time, you can pay it back anytime and get it back with interest.
Yeah, I like that that Blur's trying to do different stuff because it looks like they're following a DGod's approach where they're just throwing paint at the wall. And, you know, just because they try something and maybe it does or doesn't have interest doesn't mean it's bad that they tried it and they launched something. You know, like OpenSea is pretty much falling behind, and I think they're trying to be more of a safer alternative anyway. So I don't know if they even want to participate in this style of battle that's kind of going on. Like Blur's almost trying to take over the DJ crowd entirely. OpenSea, like for people like me who are just too nervous to use Blur because I just see so much degeneracy going on over there. And to be honest, because it's so new, I just don't trust anything on their platform yet. Because I don't know, it sketches me out a teeny tiny bit, and I don't know what I'm doing, and I don't love the UI. I don't like how dark it is. I don't know if that's just like, stupid to say, but I'm down that they're trying stuff, bro. But that's some straight up fucking degeneracy. So that'll be my world soon. So it is more interesting than it was a few weeks ago to me because I am thinking about trading a little bit more. I'm looking at charts a little bit more, and I'm in that world. But damn, dude, lending an illiquid asset with 3% interest per day. I'm trying to figure out who the fuck is going to use that. And like, what possible benefits could you have? So I guess if there's one specific Azuki you're trying to buy, you're just worried and you're like, no, that's the one I want. I'm going to have the 15 ETH. I just don't have it right now. And then where you kind of lock it in so you don't miss that one for a later opportunity. I guess it could work there. But man, yeah, I don't know.
If the market is pumping, this is brilliant. It's the same as any shitcoin. I mean, it's good while it's going up because you could effectively buy an Azuki at 2 ETH, and it's worth 15 ETH as you buy it, and then the floor tomorrow is 16 ETH.
Yeah.
You could sell it at 2.2 ETH. You've paid 2 ETH, and you could sell it in inverted commas. And because the floor price has gone up 10%, your 2 ETH would have gone up 10%. So it allows you to make money on a collection that you otherwise maybe couldn't afford to be involved in. And often those collections have big swings, like we've seen Bored Apes, and I'm not talking about the bull market. I'm saying even in the bear market, we've seen them at 90 ETH and we've seen them at 50 ETH. Yep. So if you're playing that's 100% almost, or maybe 90% or 85%. So if you could play in that casino for a tenth of the price, maybe that's attractive to some people. The problem is if the price is going down and you put 2 ETH in and the Azuki is worth 15 ETH, and then next week the Azuki is worth 14 ETH, your 2 ETH is now only worth 1.9 ETH or 1.85 ETH, and you've probably paid 0.1 or something to that effect in interest in the last week. And it's just it's not something that's sustainable in this market. It is a good thing, and we've seen other platforms do it. There's other lending platforms that have done this, and we did see how they got in trouble when it came to the market turning. So I think it's a good thing for them to have, in their back pocket for when the market turns.
Yeah, I
But
agree.
I don't think that it's a clever gambling thing to get into if you were a user at this point in time when everything pretty much seems to be going down,
Yeah.
constantly.
Also, just looking at beans right there, can you give me a quick 30-second synopsis of what beans is? I just see it all the time, and I know it. I just can't remember because it's been so long since I covered that ecosystem. But
So
what is the story behind beans, and what is it? Why are people buying it?
So beans is just your mutants to your Bored Ape, right? So
Right.
it's a way into the Azuki ecosystem at a 1.3 ETH floor opposed to Azuki being 15 ETH. You still have access to their Discord, to their community, and it tends to do what sub collections do. When the Genesis goes up 10%, within the next few days, you tend to see the sub collection also go up about 10%. So it allows exposure to the ecosystem for people that don't want to spend or can't have, who don't have 15 ETH or don't want to spend 15 ETH on an Azuki but want to be a part of the ecosystem. That's about a 30-second synopsis.
Got it. Cool. Thank you.
Pleasure. And yeah, I mean, it's something I have been watching. They've been pumping lately. You could have picked one up all day at 0.7 about 3 or 4 weeks ago, but Azuki's been pumping lately. They've been, really making good moves. And I think the market has finally sort of forgiven Zagabond. He's still around and he hasn't rugged any community since Azuki.
Yeah,
So
of
I
course.
think everyone that was
Bro, if Azuki had
everyone that was
crashed,
worried.
if Azuki had crashed to 1 ETH or something, bro, he would have been gone, dude. He would have been
He would have been gone.
gone. Only
He would have
because
been
they
gone.
stayed at a respectable floor did he stay. Because he would have rugged, bro. People don't realize if you've rugged before, that's in your back pocket, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, that one's tough, dude. I could see him running if that happened. I don't know him
You
personally.
know what's interesting, bro? It's just the NFT space to me is so interesting because if you think about it, in business, if you start a business and it fails, that's part of normal business. You put it in liquidation and it fails. You start another one, it does well, great. Okay, the guy's a businessman, right? But in NFTs, if you start a project or you're involved in a project, it's your first project, you don't know what you're doing, and ends up failing, then all of a sudden now you're a raggo and whatever. It's the same thing like when someone says their founder died, no one fucking believes them because it's NFTs. I mean, and it's probably rubbish. It probably was a rug, and the guy said, "Oh, founder died. Sorry," and he's gone. But where else does this happen? The Web3 space is absolutely insanity.
That's why the only project that makes sense is one where you follow the person, like Gary Vee's style. It's just like, bro, whatever Gary Vee's doing, that's what the project's supporting, So I like that style. I did that on a much smaller scale for my own self. They're very, very small collections. The idea around that is to have safety within my brand and be able to do what I want. If I have 10,000 people, it just gets more sticky, obviously. Like Gary Vee has his own share of haters and naysayers saying, this, that, and the other about V friends. But I mean, that's the benefit. That's the give and take of raising, what is it, like $900 million or whatever it was, some $90 million, some extraordinary number, is you do have the responsibility of dealing with the community and making sure that they're up to date on stuff. But if you have a small project and it's just like, yo, these are art pieces to support a content creator who's going to do cool stuff in his lifetime, and he hopes to increase skills and offer cool things back for having that token gated NFT, then those are the only projects that make sense to me. I mean, everything else is just so risky. Like, unless you've got the money to be dropping 1 to 4 ETH on some of these projects that are a little bit more legitimate and at least have some liquidity trading, like if you're trying to swing trade, for example, like you can pretty much stick with like 6 ecosystems and be fine. You could stick in the Pudgy Penguins ecosystem, the Utes ecosystem. I was about to say World of Women, but I don't know if that's true. Like any of those projects,
Yuga,
1 in 4 ETH, basically. Yeah, like they consistently pump 30% up and down, up and down, up and down. I'm like, bro, that's some great opportunities there for traders specifically. Everything below that, dude, is just high risk. If you're trading in the 0.2 to 0.7 range, you just don't know if they have the volume required to make profitable trades, because you might buy it, a rare one, and list it, and people just aren't interested in buying it. So it just depends what you're looking for in the NFT space,
For sure, but I also think that the time horizon is a big thing at the moment. I think trading has become incredibly risky because you don't know what the bottom, even if the project is between 1 and 5 ETH, you don't know what the next bottom is going to be, and you don't know what the next top is going to be. So when there used to be volume, there were certain collections you knew you could buy in at 2 and you could sell at 3 all day. And that's what I loved about Bored Ape Kennel Club, because there was 0% royalties, and they would always do that. They would always move between there, and you could really make a bag there. The problem now is if your time horizon for investing is short term, you could be stuck holding the bag. It's very risky because there isn't that sort of volume anymore.
Yeah.
If your time horizon is longer term and you don't need the capital, like you were saying. So even if you're buying at 1 ETH or let's say 2 ETH, and it goes to 1 and it stays there for 3 months before it pumps to 2.5 or 3, as long as you're comfortable to have to be in it for that amount of time, then it's a little bit less risky. But there's also the chance that that collection steps out of line. People lose their favor in their eyes, which we've seen so many times. I mean, World of Women, you mentioned, that was a 25 Ethereum project. That was one of the best ones. You know, I
mean, I bought in the other day, like on a smaller scale, or not the other day, a few months ago, I bought a 3D Invisible Friend at 2x the floor. The floor was around 0.2, 0.3, something like that, and I bought one at like 0.44 because I was like, oh, it's a rare one. This will be fine. And then I didn't really foresee the floor dropping to like below 0.1, where even that rare one's not probably, I could probably sell for 0.25 now. And I'm like, some days I'm thinking about selling because I've got more than one. But it's like even projects you think are good. Like I really thought that it wouldn't drop below like 0.15, 0.18. And I was like, oh, I'll be fine. I can always sell it if I need to and just get my liquidity back. Nope. It's very
and
risky.
also what's hot today is not necessarily hot tomorrow. And the NFT space is really incredibly fickle. So it just takes one step out of line, and all of a sudden your community has got pitchforks and they're trying to burn down your fence. You know, and so yeah, man.
And the trading world is different. Like you literally need a seller. If we're talking about Forex or stocks or crypto, you can, 6 traders can't move the market in stocks and crypto and Forex. Like an entire bank has to liquidate their whole position to crash the market kind of thing. Like I forget how many millions of dollars or billions of dollars it is to move a Forex market 1 pip, which is basically nothing. It's like literally billions of dollars. And so it's different. Like I love that aspect because I'm like, oh, I can literally look at this chart and have faith that maybe like there is something to it versus NFTs. Fucking Machi could just blow the whole thing out of the water just from one trade, or one person, sweeps the floor and buys 30 of them. And now like the floor has doubled and everyone who just happened to have it listed just got a payday. And it's so degenerate that it's funny because like you can like luck your way up, I feel like, and you can do it in other markets too. But like in NFT specifically, like you can get so stupid lucky. Like think about the Pepe thing, dude. 100, what was it? 100 to 100K.
Yeah.
Like that is unfucking real. And those opportunities they're literally everywhere. I don't know what I'm trying to think of. Like I made a tweet about this yesterday about Pepe's coin. And I was like, okay, if it's truly even like, I just didn't know it was possible for a meme coin to explode like that in this kind of market. But now that we know it is successfully, it's been done a couple of times. I'm like, all right, what else are we missing? Like, okay, so there's no more meme. It's like I'm trying to do another meme that level. Maybe there's not, but like what else could take off that would make sense that maybe it already dropped a while ago, but it's crashed all the way back down that I could think to pick up? Because I was thinking about the election coming up, and I'm like, okay, obviously Donald Trump trading cards volume 1 is sort of on my radar, sort of. But also I'm looking for like a Trump coin that might pop out or something like that. But I'm like looking for like the world markets. I'm like, okay, what could potentially be dropped randomly? Who do I need to be following to find that?
So
when
that's something I should show you guys one day. I mean, I've got a beautiful collection of gold coins, mostly Mandela, because on his 90th birthday there was coins that came out, and I've got a really, really nice collection of coins. I should.
Wait, you talking about real coins or crypto coins?
Real.
Oh, I was
real
talking
coins.
about shit coins.
Oh, I thought you meant like a Trump coin. I don't think. No, he won't launch a token. He's already in so much legal hot water.
Not him. Some random person just dropping a collection called Trump,
but not linked to him.
Yeah. The ones that you buy and then 30 minutes later you sell and then you never get back in because it's going to get.
I misunderstood. I thought you meant like maybe you're waiting for like a commemorative coin, like a physical coin, a Trump coin or whatever. No, I'm actually quite impressed with the Trump trading cards. I really am. They've maintained volume,
bro. Their whole. I remember when they first dropped, I was like, they kind of did this kind of well. I remember when they dropped it, I was like, this isn't bad, but that's some decent incentives. There's a lot of NFTs there, but if you've got a brand with this big of a following, I remember saying on camera, I was like, I'm not mad at this. I'm not mad at this at all. The art's kind of cringy.
Have you heard of even a single person that actually got what they said? I know they were, and I'm sure they will deliver, but has it happened yet? Have the Zoom calls and the suppers and all of that happened yet?
No idea. I don't think anyone
I don't.
cares.
I
I don't
haven't
think anyone
heard
gives a
anyone
shit.
say. Well, if you bought one for a
Yeah.
couple $100, you do care, don't you?
Yes, I don't
I
think
mean,
they
if you
want
pitch up to the golf course
to.
now and he's not there, you care.
I know some people said like their parents wanted to go to dinner, so they were like, I'll buy, I forget how many it was, like 10 or whatever it was.
Yeah.
And I know some people bought it for that reason. I have no clue if they've delivered on any of that stuff. Actually, let me
I'm
see.
sure they will. I mean, he's big into not having bad publicity. I'm sure they will if they haven't.
I don't even know what I would type
Um,
in. Did Trump?
okay, while you're doing that, I'm going to move on to the next story. So this one is just quite interesting. We've spoken about Ticket Pro and NFTs and ticketing. So we've got Sports Illustrated that's launching their own ticketing feature, box office ticketing feature. So it says one of the most renowned US sports publications recently launched an NFT ticketing platform called Box Office. This platform is built on Polygon, which is an Ethereum scaling tool and is designed to offer event owners, organizers, and promoters an innovative way to engage with their attendees through NFTs. So they've developed SI tickets. It's so Sports Illustrated tickets in collaboration with ConsenSys, and they're now going to offer tickets to events. According to David Lane, who's the CEO of SI Tickets, primary goal of the marketplace is to disrupt the primary ticket market. So they're going to be taking on guys like Ticket Pro. And yeah, just again, a really cool use case for NFTs. We've always said tickets works well to token gate an event or whatever. NFTs and or blockchain technology is really absolutely perfect for that because a lot more secure than a physical ticket that you would usually get, which can easily be forged. On top of that, it can't really be lost as easily, and it's literally as easy as scanning it when you get there. And then afterwards, you got something collectible that's digital, opposed to something collectible that's physical. And we have seen the value of the physical tickets that people kept for, like a Michael Jackson first concert or something like that, have huge value. And it's going to be interesting to see whether that plays through into the digital world of ticketing as well. But yeah, I love this use case, and it's good to see other guys involved. We know Ticketmaster, we know Ticket Pro, we know all those guys, but now we've got Sports Illustrated getting in on it as well.
Yeah, I just did a review, or I'm preparing for a review right now on Ala Yoga, and they did an NFT drop that was linked with their real life clothes. So they're a normal yoga wellness company, and they did a normal special edition drop kind of thing, or not a normal some kind of special edition drop. And with it, after a couple weeks, you could go and use your receipt to claim the NFT. And it doesn't look like there's like a marketplace for it. So like with VCon, you can go to the floor price and be like, oh, it went up and down or whatever. And I think the days of that are probably going to end soon for like tickets, because you don't want your ticket NFTs to be like that, like a trading thing where you go, oh, I should have bought last week. Because like, yes, that happens right now online with like, if you buy, 6 weeks in advance, you pay $129.99. You buy a few weeks later, now you pay 150 kind of thing, and it goes up all the way up till the day of launch. But that's pretty standard. With NFTs, it can pump up and down. There can be one news article that sends up or down. And with Alayoko, I don't think there was like a marketplace for it, because they don't want those NFTs to be something that people trade. It's just like, if you buy this, you get the access through an NFT. It'll probably go to your email. I imagine that's where we're headed for a lot of tickets. It's just going to be you'll get an email, digital receipt, click this to claim your NFT. Boom, it's safe. Just like adding something to, like, for people who have Apple or an iPhone, you can add like your plane ticket to your Apple Wallet, and it pops up within your Apple Wallet app, and it's there. And it's like, you can't get rid of it. And that's very much like the NFT. I just think that the back end will be replaced with it. Just makes more sense. But I don't think they'll be trading. Like, VCon tickets aren't something I would want to be traded if I was Gary Vee. Even though like the idea is kind of funny, it's like, yeah, but that's only practical in a world of degenerate degens trading. Like, I don't know if I would want that, but.
So, Kate, we've got a suggestion here from a viewer in our suggestion box. It's more criticism. Vincent says, you look very strange without your glasses on. It's weird. What's going on?
put them on a little bit. I'm gonna start diversifying my content and choosing certain videos not to wear them because
diversifying my content.
diversifying content, glasses on and glasses.
No, do exactly the same show but without glasses on, and then the next week. So why did you do that? Now I'm diversifying. I know what you mean. You are really going to diversify. I understand, but it's just funny. Like if you just did the exact same video, like a review on the exact same projects, and the 1 week you had glasses, the next week you do the same thing without glasses, and it's like, no, I'm diversifying.
Like an alternative version where I'm like extra fucking ruthless with the glasses on or off, and then I switch it off.
Yeah.
But I do want to, because like obviously these glasses aren't gonna be the one forever. Like I'm gonna at some point upgrade these, but I also want to be at a place where I don't have to wear the glasses for everything, because I like wearing the glasses, but yeah, I look fine without them too. But you know, these
look great.
Identify. But in the beginning of building a brand, I think it's important to have things like this. And as you get older, I mean, as you grow, like you know how Frank has like 3 NFTs he picks. He has a Ute and there's 2 DGods he likes to choose between, and he just flip flops between the 3. I think I'm going to start doing that. So like some videos I'll have them propped up like this. Sometimes they'll be on, sometimes they'll be off. But I want to get to a point where I'm just recognizable with or without the glasses, kind of thing. The glasses.
I don't know. Maybe it's because I know you, but I mean, I don't know the. Yeah, I understand what you're saying. I was thinking, you know, you said you want to design like a upgraded version that you could sort of mass reproduce. So I was thinking to do something like more, I don't know, linked to it, but like more sort of sophisticated. So I know they've served their purpose, and I know that in the beginning they weren't meant to be what they are and whatever. I understand everything. But I'm saying like sort of like similar shape, same sort of colored lenses to keep it the same, but instead of having your hat on top of it, maybe just red and yellow on the top of the actual glasses, so that it almost looks like normal sunglasses, and you could probably almost build a brand of it versus it. So yeah, I get what you're saying. I mean, you want to slowly get it in and out, but I'm happy to work with you on that just as a friend. Because yeah, I mean, my day job is branding, and I can definitely help you.
I mean, these are impractical. Like, I can't. There's no like
exactly
that I can wear.
And also, you want to be taken more seriously. You want to have a pair of glasses that you can take more seriously. I mean, I know you. I understand the story of the glasses, but honestly and truly, if you rang my doorbell and I'd never seen you before, and you had those glasses on, I would be like, "What is wrong with this person?" Right? I'm saying for the very first time. So I'm just saying, like, as you
know, there's like certain styles of content where this is perfect for it, like for certain funny streams, or if I'm doing like playing a character for something or whatever it is, like these make sense to add in. I just don't want to like have to have them on, you know. So
yeah,
anyways,
for sure. Anyway, I'm happy to work with you. And then I've got my last story. Before we do it, anyone on Spaces, feel free to request to speak. And after the story, we're happy to talk to you. If you're not happy to speak, or you're in bed and with earphones, you don't want to wake up the missus or whatever it may be, feel free to type it in the comments on Spaces. If you're on YouTube, you can ask us anything you want in the comments as well. So we're going to do one more story, and then we'll take any questions if there are. And if not, we'll end it there. So don't be shy, guys. Even if you just want to say hello, please feel free. So the last story, just another general story that I think is quite bullish. Sotheby's, who we know is an auction house, been very big in driving forward NFTs in the art space, or art NFTs. Them together with Christie's are really the 2 auction houses that have embraced NFTs. And we've now got Sotheby's announcing the launch of their own NFT marketplace. Obviously, only going to be an art marketplace, so they're not really trying to compete with Blur or OpenSea. It's not that type of thing. But they've made a statement on the 1st of May, and the site is going to launch 13 notable digital artists, including Xcopy, Tyler Hobbs, Claire Silver, and various others that are well known in the space. And there's going to be a collection out on each of them. They did drop this nice video saying the next evolution of Sotheby's metaverse, and they really have chosen some premier artists in the space. And because they've been so notable in the NFT space, Sotheby's, they really do know who the big artists are, and they've got a lot of them here. And then you'll be able to buy and sell the artwork on their own marketplace. And I do think as we continue to see this marketplace war between OpenSea and Blur, where the thing that they are fighting over is whether or not to enforce creator royalties. It does make sense, and I did say this almost 3 months ago, that there are going to be a lot of people's own marketplaces popping up because there's no way for artists to enforce royalties on the platforms anymore. It only makes sense that they're going to build their own platforms because they survive off the royalties. So Sotheby's is doing that. There is going to be a 2.5% royalty on all sales that are happening there. I imagine what their thought is that look, an X copy would much rather launch on us where we can promise him his 2.5% than he would on OpenSea. And they're probably right. And if they can get these artists to slowly launch on their marketplace, I think that this has a very good chance of being sustainable long term because we do know, especially with artists, that they've been very upset that OpenSea sort of stabbed them in the back and went back on what they said. OpenSea initially said they stand by the creators, and then when Blur came out, they said we forced to drop the royalties now. So now we're seeing Sotheby's coming out saying, hold on, if you're an artist, you want royalties enforced, come to us, we will ensure that it's done. So very interesting.
Yeah, and artists are like notorious, I guess in a good and bad way, for like they move where the money's going, bro. Like they're trying to make money. Like the joke about broke artists kind of thing, or they're like, I forget what the joke is specifically, but like all artists are broke kind of thing. That's like based on a ton of fucking truth. Like it is very, very, very difficult to make money as an artist, especially if you're trying to be like a full-time painter or whatever. Like you're basically a freelance drawer. And I'm like, that's difficult to maintain over a long period of time because, you know, art's something you got to like pull out, you know, sometimes. And if you're not feeling particularly creative, then like all your stuff is based on how creative you feel. It's not one of those things that you can just poop out sometimes. Like, so it's very difficult. So anyways, what I was saying, my point there was that like artists will move over to another platform because they're not making any money most of the time. So if there's going to a place where they can actually get their royalty now, they'll likely move over, bro. But like in the trading world, it's a lot harder because you're probably still making money on whichever platform. So they're just going to stick with what they know. But artists, dude, they will move over because there's an opportunity and they know it.
Yeah, I think they will, especially when it's a notable brand such as Sotheby's. You know, because the worry is I'm going to move over to marketplace, but are there buyers or are there sellers there? And if there's no one there, what's the point, you know, of getting royalties? I'd rather get my art into people's hands, you know, through the mass marketing of OpenSea or Blur. But yeah, going to be interesting. I like it, and it's good. It's good to see where the space is going, you know, especially from an art perspective. Art and NFTs is another perfect marriage. It really is. Even like music and NFTs and content and NFTs, you know, I really do believe that there's certain things that blockchain technology is perfect for, and art is one of them. I really do because you always now when you want to buy a really nice art piece from a very notable like a Picasso or whatever, even if the biggest guys in the space who know what they're doing have said it's legit, you actually don't know 100% if it's legit. You still don't. There are guys out there who paid $10 million for what they think is a whatever a Raphael or whatever, and it's not right. Whereas with NFTs, in theory, if you know what you're doing and if it's done correctly and the smart contract is correct, which can be audited, you can prove that from when it was done until every transaction from then until the end of time. So it just makes sense. And you know, it's something that's a great use case is art and NFTs. So yeah, man.
Yeah, I have a
But at
statue
that time,
that like I have like a statue that should belong in a museum. It's so amazing, and I love it. It's over there. I don't want to move it because I'm too scared to break it. Honestly, I get nervous touching it because it's very nice and it's like it's like sort of similar to like marble type of material. So I feel like it's gonna break when I touch it. And I have the NFT that gives me like digital ownership. Like, yo, this is the exact same NFT, but this is like the picture version of it. I have messaged with the artist that made it in Nigeria, and I have the physical certificates of authenticity. So I'm like, bro, I got all the proof that I own this motherfucker because I want to have this in my mansion one day. Like, I own this shit.
You don't have to move it. Can you just move your camera and show us the physical?
Yeah, actually, maybe. Hold on. Actually, I'll just grab it. It's right there. One second.
I thought you were joking. I honestly thought he was joking, guys.
Hold on.
Is he not joking? Imagine if he breaks it now. He's not joking. That's hilarious.
Very careful here.
Kate, what do you mean from the artist in Nigeria? Be very careful. He is beautiful. I thought you were talking shit.
No, it's a legitimate. This thing literally belongs in a museum. This is very nice, and it's only held by this little thing on the corner. So that's why I get so scared picking it up because I'm like, bro, this is gonna fucking break. So I try not
Kate,
to.
how did you come across that thing?
So I bought the NFT. It was a picture of this, and I was like, that's a very. It was like in this angle. It was a picture like this, and I remember I was like, that's a very peculiar looking NFT, and I was like, I want to buy that one. And so one day I bought it. And then a few months later, he hit me up and was like, yo, you want the real one? And I was like, ah. And so he shipped it over, and now I got the real piece.
How much was the NFT?
Probably $500, something like that. 0.25 ETH, I think. It's a real. He's like a real artist.
And did you have to pay for the physical?
I pay for the shipping.
That's all. That's incredible.
Yeah, no, this thing's fucking lit, dude. I've always
wanted. I honestly thought you were talking shit, bro.
No, wait,
you said I've got this because the way you said it, I've got. It's like you were taking the piss. You said I've got this physical statue. Now, first of all, like I was picturing this massive thing, and I've seen your setup, and I've never seen a massive statue. So you've got this physical statue, and you've got the receipt and the NFT, and then you said from a Nigerian artist. Now I'm South African, bro. Nigerians are notorious for scamming. So if someone, when a customer wants 10,000 USBs and they want to collect immediately, and they send a proof of payment, I ask my staff, does he sound Nigerian? Because it's usually a scam. So I don't know. I thought it's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful.
It's like literally one.
And for those of anyone on Spaces, if you want to just jump over to YouTube to see it. If not, after this is live, it will show on my YouTube, and from next week on K's as well, and you'll be able to go back and watch it.
Yep.
But Kay, tell me about Spaces. Have we got any comments or questions there, or are we going to end it here?
No, but I think everyone's just chilling in here. Guys, if you do have anything, drop them in there. If you guys enjoyed the show so far, hit the likes and retweets. Bottom right icon shows the support for the show. Punch out to more people. Appreciate y'all. Yeah, I don't know if I have anything left. Like, my dad's coming in a couple. He'll be here tonight in like 8 or 10 hours or so. He'll be here, and then we're gonna go to the national park for like a day and stay up there in a lodge, and then go see a soccer game. And so we'll be chilling for a couple days, and then back to the grind on Monday.
Just the two of you, okay? Yeah. Are your dad and mom still together?
Yeah, my mom came to visit a few months ago.
I remember.
Yeah, and then my dad, they wanted to just do it one at a time. My mom's about to go to Japan to visit her family. So my dad is going to visit me for a little bit. I'm probably going to, I thought I was going to go fly back to see my mom, but then the fact that she's going to Japan, I was like, maybe not. So I'll probably see her later in the summer to like celebrate her birthday and stuff like that. But
so that's nice, bro. Just like spend good time. Don't worry about it. Like,
yesterday I went and bought a bunch of snacks and shit like for my dad, because like we're about to drive for a couple hours, so he like loves fucking like licorice and like trail mix and stuff like that. So I bought all that stuff last night when I was out.
Cool. Take pictures, bro. Cherish it. Serious. What a cool experience.
Cool, dude. We'll be doing a lot of hike. He loves the mountains and stuff. So I was like, bro, I was like, I know you live in Colorado. I was like, but you have not seen mountains like Washington State. Like Washington State's where it's at.
Yeah, are you gonna be vlogging it at all, or are you gonna just keep?
Probably not, dude. Like vlogging only makes sense when I'm like very, very focused on wanting to capture the experience, because I would want someone else to capture it. These kind of things, bro, like there would be nothing to capture, like other than some cool little behind the scenes of like us walking and like some photos. But I'll definitely be posting like Homie Got a Spot, some of those, because I'll probably get 5 or 6 of those, I imagine, at least.
Very cool. So one thing just before we go, we got Vincent here who's been in for a little bit. Says, why didn't we cover Fuddies that's just launched on Sui? No love for NFTs on Sui.
Wait, why? Hold on. Someone asked me yesterday in a YouTube stream to look at Sui, the coin. Interesting that two
Yeah,
people.
so Sui's launched recently. I think they had a 300 million raise or something to that effect. I know that I know Sui's launched. Just from my side, I think I've never really pretended otherwise. I'm really Ethereum NFT guy through and through. Yeah, I delved into one salon. I bought an OK Bears. I'm wondering what they're sitting at because I honestly have not been back.
I always
So
wanted
let's check that.
I fucked with them.
Yeah, man. I mean, that was the extent of my Sol experience. I enjoyed my time on Magic Eden. I did tell you guys that. Now you can see it anywhere. What they called,
Okay,
Kate?
Bears. Okay, Bears.
OKAY, hey?
Yep.
Yeah, there we go.
Let's see.
Let's see what they're at.
Oh.
What happened?
They must have migrated or something. Or maybe they're only on
Let's try.
Magic Eden. They might be only on Magic Eden.
That's weird, but let's try. But Kate, I didn't even know that Stewie had any NFTs launched on there. Did you,
No,
man?
I can't believe they already did when they just dropped the coin. How's that even possible?
Yeah.
But no, Vince, I haven't not heard about the NFTs yet. I just don't have enough fucking like I need more
bandwidth
people on the team to do this. Why are they not there, bro? So
yeah.
weird. Oh.
You know what the thing is the other thing that the only other thing I'm really interested is in ordinals, bro.
Ordinals?
Yeah, Bitcoin,
Bitcoin
and I want to get more into that as it gets easier. There's
There
now
it
a
is.
wallet.
Oh,
There's now, hey,
I just saw it. It was 10,000.
no, bro, but these are all rubbish. Okay, Space Bears,
Fuck.
the Saudi OK Bears.
Maybe
Let's just
try capital. Maybe do like okay, like capital.
No, it is
Weird. That's not it. What the
no,
fuck?
it's not these.
Come on, Magic Eden, bro. What are you doing?
OK Bears,
Wait,
unless something's happened there, bro.
I'm gonna go to their Twitter real quick.
Go to there, try to see what's going on there because I mean here it's got a tick.
Oh no, you have to buy it on their market. I'm gonna send you the link. You have to buy it on their marketplace now. All right, I'm gonna send it to you.
Oh yeah, so that's exactly what I was talking about. That everyone's now going to just launch their own marketplace.
Yeah, let me copy and paste this link.
You can just send in the private chat here and we'll pull it up.
Really, dude?
So Vincent's saying Sui marketplace is called Clutchy. All right, I'll try to see if I can pick it up. Ordinals is crazy. Kate, let me know once you've sent it.
I'm trying to get the link. There we go. I just got it.
All
right, just sent it to you.
What happens here? Okay, I'll check it. I'm trying to go to clutchy.io for Vincent, yeah? Yeah, there we go. There's a Sui marketplace, right? Launchpad.
Yeah, bro, it's the new alpha.
Yeah. New collections. Look, hats off to them for doing it so quickly, eh? Coin launched marketplace there. Very interesting. Let's have a look at OK Bears. What is the floor price? That's the only thing we really
I don't know. I
trying to
didn't look at
figure
it.
out. Total volume's not working. Explore. Collection volume 3.15 million sold. Okay. So explore and see if this takes me to the it says marketplace in the heading.
So about half price what it was at for a while, or not even. I think it was sitting at like 200.
No, I think it's pretty much where it was. Yeah, but I mean, when I bought it was about 50 sold.
Oh.
It did go up. It went up to I think about 400 even. That is an absolute high.
What is 59 sold? What is that? Like a few? Is that one ETH?
So what is sold at the? Yeah, it's around that because sold's 20.
I don't know,
dude. Somewhere around there. So it's over an ETH. It's like just over.
Yeah, I don't know.
Interesting, eh? So they've got their own marketplace here. Wow. Very interesting. Interesting to see.
Yeah. Hey? I don't know. Nothing really. Haven't seen that project in a little minute.
For sure. And we got something from Katie here. Thanks for providing thoughtful analysis and content. My question. 10K TFG tags are confirmed Yiga PFP. Yeah, he's right. It's sub 0.5. How do we like these compared to vessels? Okay, so I mean, I've been watching them. I've been watching the G tags. And so I'll share my screen now. I'll just put it up for everyone else. And yes, it is confirmed that it's going to be the 10K TF. It's even lower now, 0.43. It's going to be the 10K TF PFP. So, the one argument is as follows, is that, yes, Yuga bought 10K TF, but does that mean that their PFP is a Yuga PFP per se? Not really. It's not going to give you any access into a Yuga event, for example. It will give you access into a 10K TF event. The only way to get into a Yuga event is a Bored Ape or a Mutant. Even the dogs don't give you that. The Meebits don't give you that. Even the Cryptopunks don't. On the other side, 10K TF was notable before that. They are doing incredible collabs with all the brands. So in its own right, it is interesting. And on top of that, you've now got it being run by a capable team at Yuga with money, the 10K TF project. So am I bullish on 10K TF as its own project? Yes, I am. Very. And just on that merit, a 0.434 price is interesting. But would I consider it a Yuga PFP? No. But I understand where we're coming from, but no. But yes, I do think, and I have been watching it. I've been eyeing it. It actually went as high as, geez, it just went down. Katie, are you trying to get me to buy it? It went from 0.43 to 0.4. Someone just lowered their price. Ethan Schultz wants me to buy it. I mean, that's quite an aggressive. He might have just stolen it. Who knows? Allegedly.
I hate when that happens, bro. Remember, I was looking for an NFT last week or the week before, and I was like gonna pick one up, and then like while we were talking about it, I was like, oh, never mind, someone bought it.
Yeah.
Story of my life.
Yeah, well, that's always meant to be. Look, they've held pretty strong. Yeah,
a lot of sales, bro.
Over
a lot of sales per day.
44, 38, 63. My one criticism of 10K TF, even like before Yuga took it over, is it's starting to get really complicated.
Yeah.
So there is a lot of different things going on there, and we saw that with the heroes, right? What was it, Meta Heroes, where they had so many collections, and the top ones were sitting at 30 or 40 ETH. What was it called, bro? Something Heroes. It's Alex Becker's NFT project.
Neo Tokyo Citizens?
No, that is Alex Becker. So I've got it wrong. It's not his. But there was one where they had the Punks comics and all of that, and they just kept launching more and more stuff. It just got too complicated. Something Heroes, I think. So we're seeing that now with 10K TF. They did their weapons recently. They've got their stock room. They've got with unprinted assets. Then they've got all the printed assets. They now, when you go to the printed assets, there are so many different. So it's just getting a bit complicated. So if you don't know anything about it, it's almost overwhelming to figure out, right?
Yeah. Yes, dude, that is the big problem. Is like there's not enough reason to get into the weeds about these things. Like I've been really trying to figure out where NFTs fit, where Web3 fits. I saw a tweet from Brett Malinowski the other day, and he was like, if there's no Web3 industry in the same way that there's no industry that explains the back end of internet and Google Chrome and how your car works, he's like, that's not an industry. He goes, so why would Web3 be an industry when it's mass adopted? He's like, it'll fade. And I was like, okay, he's probably right there. So like what within Web3 and NFTs could branch off as an industry on its own? Like PFPs, in my opinion, can be one. It'll be a smaller industry, but it can be one. Because I was like, okay, like if I was a YouTuber, for example, what could I make that would appeal to a large audience of like lifestyle content? And I was like, I don't know, because nothing I do right now is shared by a lot of people. I'm a YouTuber that covers Web3 stuff. All right, well, that cuts that target audience to about 0, because there's like, how many people do that in the world? There's like 30 of us right now, and that's not really like gonna work for a mass audience. Like the reason people follow these moms on TikTok who are just streaming their life basically and like showing them how they take care of the baby and stuff is like there's tons of fucking moms out there doing the exact same thing who are very interested in seeing how they do it. We need to find that for NFTs. What is the thing that is going to connect us to the bigger scope of people where they're like, oh, I see why I should care about this now. Like what will that be? And I don't know what that is yet. I don't even know if we're at a point where we can talk about what that is. Also, what the fuck is that? What are these? Gucci? What is that penguin right there?
No, so these were the Gucci Grails that if you bought this mint pass, hold on, I'll show you. If you bought this mint pass over here, you could use it together with certain collection. World of Woman, Board Ape Yacht Club, Mutant Ape Yacht Club, I think Cool Cats at the time. I
But there's
stand
a
to be
Pudgy Penguin,
corrected.
so I could rock that.
Sorry, Pudgy Penguin, Only One Force. So there was the Toads as well.
Wait, will
Let's
you
have a
pull up the
look.
rest of the Pudgies? Because that Pudgies is probably the only one I'm interested in.
Okay, I'll show you now. So there were Mutants, Pudgy Penguins, the Toads, World of Woman. I don't know what wolf they're referring to there. Mutants, Kennel Cubs, Gutter Cat Gang, which is another one that has completely fallen from grace. Only One Force. So if you had one of those NFTs together with that mint pass, you could then merge them together to create this. And there was a whole arbitrage play that you could do at the time. Because obviously the Bored Ape ones sell for the most. But I just want to see here for you the Pudgies. Penguin. Well, let's just go here.
Yeah, just find the trait that way.
Okay, so remember one thing that's important here is that there's someone who still owns the original Pudgy of this, right? So you're not getting the Pudgy per se, but you're getting a Pudgy that he has agreed to sell you with a cowboy hat and a Gucci shirt and those sort of stuff. Does that make sense?
Interesting. Very interesting stuff.
So I'll show you here Pudgy Penguins. Here's some more of them. So this is the floor one. And then you got others. So some of them have this jockey helmet, also a Gucci thing. So they all got dressed in Gucci. But the reason that I found this a little interesting is I saw that the last sale on the Grail Mint was 0.03 ETH, which someone accepted 0.025 WETH offer here. Yeah, that's a bit weird. I don't know if you can still use these. I would imagine with this floor price you can.
I don't know.
But I mean, there's not many sales, so maybe you can't use them. So just guys, if you are thinking of getting into this, just find out whether you can still use them. I don't think you can still use these things with a mutant or Bored Ape or Pudgy Penguin to make one. I really don't. So yeah, just be careful on it. But as I said, it's getting quite complicated. That's my only downside. But again, that was before Yuga came in, and I think Yuga can consolidate it. And if you say to yourself, okay, why would Yuga have bought in to 10KTF? For me, the answer is simple.
Yeah.
They wanted to be their merge play in the metaverse. And they've said that they want their other side to be inclusive of all communities. And here, anyone with this NFT could rock their shoes, and this is their play. And then they could make physical shoes as well that match it. So I'm bullish overall on 10KTF. Yeah, whether this is the good place to get in at 0.4, who knows? But I have been watching it.
Cool. Oh, shit. Yeah, I got to use the bathroom really bad here, so I think we may need to wrap.
I mean, let's call it.
Do you want to call it?
No, happy to call it. I've been yawning my head off the whole time. I'm ready to go. Everybody, thank you so much for joining us. We love doing this. We will be back next week, same time, same place. If you haven't already, please like, subscribe, follow us on our Twitter, on our YouTube, and most importantly, keep well and be kind to each other. Thank you.
See you later. If you're in space, just hit that retweet button if you appreciate the stream. We love you guys. Peace.
Ciao.